Okay, here is game two from Eric, who I'm reviewing his games from this Water Bowl recreational season. This one is against the twice reigning champion Java, who's playing Old World Alliance, and Eric's playing with his Necro. Let's see if they managed any skills last time. Scored a couple of touchdowns. Oh yeah, so he's got block on the werewolf now. Excellent. Whereas these guys have all got loner, so mighty blow, a bit of guard there to make things juicy, and they got an interesting. Jax is around somewhere. Here he is. So he's on 17 star player points after a couple of games because he just keeps killing people. So he's definitely a one to watch. So just looking for gaps in Eric's play really, and we'll just do a general analysis of how the game goes. Obviously very sunny, not a huge throwing game on either side, so shouldn't be a major issue, but might come in the pinch and might come in with the old throw teammate because Old World Alliance have got halflings on their team. So we've got a quick snap there. Anything interesting to notice? So yeah, set up fine. Yeah, set up to get the blocks. Actually, what was he? Who blocked first? So yeah, so blocking with the white first, and then blocking with the flesh golem. I guess saving the white for hitting the ogre in a minute, which is not a bad idea. Yeah, I generally tempted to do maybe some moves before blocking with a blockless piece potentially, but you know it's a 1 in 81 and that could go wrong, but not a major disaster. So good hits to start with, and so looking at the blitz really. So you want to be blitzing with the werewolf. Interesting. So right, okay, so he's fouled before going for the pickup, which is a novel approach. So he's got dirty player, but still not a good idea, I don't think. So even if you were going to do that, I'd have brought potentially the ghoul or the werewolf back next to the ball, because I think foul is a 1 in 6. So it's more than a 1 in 6 going wrong. So it's a 1 in 6 of going wrong if you don't break armor, and then it's much more than 1 in 6 if you do break armor. So it's like a 1 in yeah, so 1 in 3, I think, of being sent off and causing a turnover. You got away with it. So coming in for the blitz here. Only problem with this one, so he's put the 2 assists in so that the second hit will also be 2 dice, because it'll be 2 assists against 1. But whatever happens, this werewolf's going to end up standing next to the troll slayer, assuming he's going to blitz this guy. So that's not ideal. Well, not quite what happens because he's got block. So decent hit, and then that's a dodge out. So I remember a game I played against the mighty Podfree at some point with my Necro, and he said basically if you're dodging with your werewolves, then the game's going well for your opponent. So try and avoid that whenever possible, and that would have been possible to avoid. So I probably wouldn't have blitzed that guy. It may be that I would have ditched the blitz with the werewolf this time. To be honest, I would have probably put the werewolf on the line and used it for the hit, and then saved the blitz with a white. This is one of those occasions where the frenzy is more difficult. So yeah, I think I would have used the werewolf, especially as there was a dwarf on the line. The dwarf blitzer, I think, was on the line, and claw against dwarf blitzers is a beautiful thing. So I think that's what I'd have done. So then goes for the pickup. Oh, he made the pickup! Amazing! Actually made the pickup. Super duper. Right, so then Java, yeah, so Java has 1 hit basically, which he took on the zombie, and just stunned him. So it's the case of putting people into play. Now, so Java's taking the approach here of basing against the werewolf. So destiny, it is your destiny to get punched by a block werewolf with claw and frenzy. So fun. Yeah, interesting approach. So what's happening here? So again, starting with the blockless piece, which I don't think I would have done. So I think I'd have brought this zombie in here and taken the block with the werewolf to start with. And so I guess the reason that he did against the blitzer there was to free up all the assists against the ogre, because the white's going to hit the ogre again in a minute. But again, I think, yeah, I'd have done the block blitz first. I might have moved the ghoul up first and made some caging and stuff like that. Not the end of the world because you've got ages to play. Again, I think I would have pushed. Could he got 4 dice? Yeah, I think he could have got another hit on the ogre there, to be honest. So I think I'd have pushed the ogre along the line and then hit with the other white once some assists were in play. So the blitz coming now. Okay, so he's going to hit the dwarf with the werewolf. That's probably sensible. To make so that the class is even more useful. This is Jax. Jax needs fouling. Let's see if Jax gets fouled in a minute. So yeah, that's all fine. Did he foul? He fouled Jax, he stunned him, and he got sent off, but he argued the call, so that's cool. So blue turn, gets to hit the werewolf. So werewolves do get hit. You can't protect them all the time, but if it's his blitz, then that's not a problem. So let's see what's happening here. Right, so red turn again, starting with the flesh golem rather than the people with block. So obviously the werewolf's not going to be doing anything this turn, but you did have the white up here that could have done something. I'm guessing he's could potentially go off in this direction because the zombie's tagged. What could he do? So he could basically, if he gets the ghoul to here, could hit as long as he could hit with the white, and then so he could actually use the ball carrier as an assist is an idea. But I think that this guy is certainly the one that needs to be blitzed. So he hit with the flesh golem before standing up the zombie. This zombie probably didn't need standing up, to be honest. So that's not the end of the world. So he's coming in this direction, just generally making it safe. That's cool. All right, so now we're 1 dice blocking. Yeah, so I think I would have used the zombie to negate that assist there and then use the white against this one, which could actually have had the bonus of pushing this zombie into freedom. So that would have been good. But yeah, so there do seem to be quite a lot of 1 dices. That was obviously a good 1 dice, it worked, but it still wasn't necessarily the best idea. And then foul attacks again, which we absolutely commend. Alright, so then the blues are standing up. Getting the 2 dice right there. So that was Jack blitzing from the ground. So yeah, so then a hit on the zombie. And then a hit on the first one, who chooses to stand firm. And no foul there. Cool. So the werewolf's the werewolf's got to blitz the troll slayer, I think, probably. So the second assist coming in there. That's absolutely the right thing to do. Just trying to think if it had gone wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so if it had gone wrong, the ogre could have blocked here, and then the ghoul would have been in trouble. So that would have been a double skulls needed to make that go wrong. So reasonably safe, but might have been a call for moving the ghoul somewhere sensible first. Certainly a call for standing this chappy up, I think. Let's see what happens. So the troll slayer gets splotted. Oh, that's good. Good hits. And then the ghoul hopefully will move. Oh, right, okay. So that's a 1 dice hit, which goes wrong before moving the ghoul into safety. So that's the issue there. So the ghoul is down, and then looks like there is an opportunity to hit the ball carrier, basically. So yeah, so that's a POW on the. So this opens it up to a 1 dice hit on the. And in fact, a 2 dice because he's got this extra person in here. All right. Slight issue there. He was going all right till then. So this is obviously a mistake. Blockless ghoul. So let's see if he gets taken. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if he can rescue this situation because it's pretty rubbish. And he's got the ball on a. Was that thrower? No, lineman. So the werewolf can obviously do his thing. So what's he going to do? So he's standing up players first. Good news. Right, is the ghoul going to try and dodge out? No tackle there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is there anything else you could have done? I think the ghoul probably does need to dodge out. It's all or nothing, this really. Oh, the ghoul just stood up. Okay. So he's going to go for maybe the 1 dice block on the wolf because there's no block or dodge. So 1 dice is probably the way to go. But given that, I'm not sure that standing up the ghoul was the right play, because you could save the ghoul for later for the pickup if the werewolf can't do it. Definitely worth standing up the white though in a minute. So let's see where this zombie's going. Okay. So he's got plenty of players. They're just not very helpful situation. Gosh, I think I'll save the go for it there. Okay, here comes the wolf. 2 go for it. So yeah, so the second go for it means that right, so failed. Tricky one that. Whether to dodge out the ghoul. Oh, that's a nice foul. Jack's nice. Jack's the target in this situation. So the blitz worked, and then that looks like a touchdown there. Go for it. Score. It's unfortunate, and that all came from that the 1 dice block before putting the guy safe. Okay, so hitting again. So again, he's gone for the same setup here, which means that the blitz with the werewolf isn't tremendously helpful, but he could. But actually, this is just a catcher now rather than a troll slayer, so it's worth hitting this runner, I think. So 1 assist there, 1 assist there, and then a blitz in from there. Let's see if that's what happens. Yeah, just blocking there. So who's going to get blitzed? So he's getting blitzed, which will leave the werewolf standing next to the lineman. Or the halfling, possibly, depending on it. Both down. Oh, right, nothing. He's dodging again. Ouch. So yeah. Okay. At least the pickups will work in this game. So he's got another 1 turn after this to score, so he can't. Okay. Yeah, so with this one, it would have been a good idea to get a scoring threat in there. That would be the werewolf, basically, ready to receive. So nothing very much going to happen for the rest of this half. Let's go through here. Yeah. Right. Okay. I'm going to pause now. Okay, this is part 2. I'll probably knit them together, so you probably won't notice any seamless disconnection between what was happening in those 2 things. So this is the second half, and so that was rather unfortunate, going 1-0 down. It was going reasonably well until, poor life choices. Halfling on there. Right, so yeah, throw a rock does its thing, so that's fine. Just takes out the zombie. So this is really good actually from Java. The point of this is that if you put all 3 players together and he doesn't want to hit them for some reason, he can just put 1 player against to negate all 3. So if anyone ever does that, it's always worth putting a player, ideally a player with dodge, up against all 3, just in case a blitz happens. Never leave all 3 players doing nothing, even if you don't want to hit them. Not quite sure why Java didn't want to hit them, because he had like 2 block players, so he could have just taken them out. But we'll see. We'll see what he's got planned. Okay, cool. So he's moving. So he's moving all these players forward. So he's going to go for the pass, even though it's very sunny, I'm guessing. He's picked up the ball and he's safe. But so he's going to be going for the passes into the catcher in the sun. So let's have a look to see if the werewolf 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he's obviously counted and he's put him 1 square away from there. Just trying to think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the werewolf could end up here as well. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the ghoul could also end up there. So you could blitz the blitzer with the werewolf potentially, and then tag the. I wonder if actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can actually hit the catcher with the werewolf if we get rid of this chap who can be blocked. So that's, which is what I think I would probably do. So just moving forward, just to be a pain. So that's quite useful because that's obviously the path that he needs to go. So the question is, do you attack with the werewolf, or do you make the? So obviously you can put a player forward, and that's obviously cutting off that. So he's committing some players forward. Is the werewolf, and then the werewolf is going to go for the blitz on the halfling. When in doubt, blitz a halfling. That seems fair. He's badly hurt him. Excellent. Star player points for the wolf. Hurrah! But he's left. So I would have tagged the catcher there, I think, because there was no frenzy threat because the troll is not around anymore. So this is an interesting situation that he's sort of put himself in, really. Java has put himself in. And it's not ideal at all. So I'm not quite sure why he did that because he was 1-0 up, and he's going to go for the throw in the sun, and he's just muffed that up completely. Sorry, Java. I love you, but this is not good life choices here. What's going on? Here comes the ghoul. So absolutely. So Eric's actually doing all the right things here. He's sort of making the most of some probably non-ideal play by. Now there, I think I'd have wanted the werewolf over this side. Let's see if the werewolf could have come through. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. So he blocked with the werewolf, which I would generally recommend because of claw and block, but having the werewolf over here would have been so useful that I think not in that situation. And also the flesh golem had 3 dice on the dwarf, so I would have hit with the flesh golem, then used this flesh golem to mark this one, and then the werewolf could have come down and done some damage down here. I think would have been the way to go at that stage. Yeah, so this zombie could have come in for the assist down there. Yeah, all sorts of fun stuff could have happened there. So right, so he hits with the werewolf. Oh right, so he did look at the flesh golem 3 dice, but decided against it. That's interesting. Bringing the flesh golem into there gives the white probably for the. Oh no, because the white can blitz there, and then go for the pickup potentially. No. Oh, right, she's just protecting the ball. Absolutely fine. I don't think I'd have followed up in that situation. Oh, he's got the ball. And he's done the throw. Oh man. Oh, that was fun times. There's all sorts of shenanigans going on here. All right. The ghoul's going to get the ball. Here's got the ball. Fantastic. Yeah, that's cool. So going into that situation, it's all looking good. Looking fairly safe, I think now. So I think probably he's just going to stroll in for the score now, dodging him with the werewolf. So werewolf's done quite a lot of dodging this game. A nice little 2 dice uphill there against the golem. Cool. And then I think the game's probably just going to mosey on from there. Yeah, nothing very much. Looking for a draw. Oh no, halfling went through for the brilliant. Love a halfling. Halfling came blitzed through for the 2 dice uphill. Got away with it. Chose the push. Is the halfling going to get surfed or just punched in the face? Oh, just punched. Yeah, cool. And then yeah, end game there. Cool, and because it's defensive drive. Super. That was good fun.